What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, so I wanted to talk about New Year's Eve traditions and all that. I was supposed to do this video a while ago, but baby, I've just been radical self-care. So, the tradition is to kind of have it today, but you can also do it tomorrow. Additional, like, essentially, you want to have these things done, like, tomorrow, like, as far as the food goes, okay? But let me break it down spiritually how this works. I'm sorry if you guys get like the Wi-Fi is like, oh, then it's playing games, okay? So, the first tradition that, like, spiritually that we usually do is you clean your entire house. Okay, all your laundry's done, all of this. I actually spoke about this on my Instagram last night, and I said I was going to go into depth. So, okay, hopefully you guys follow me on my Instagram, so then I'm not talking about my main page. I'm talking about my spiritual. So my Instagram tag is the exact same one as this. Whew, the asthma is kicking in today. But so what you guys do essentially is you clean your entire house. And what I mean clean it, like deep clean. Luckily for me, I deep clean my house all the time. Like, this isn't no regular thing, like or it's a regular thing. It's no like, oh well, just today I'm gonna clean my house. Like, no. I typically clean, and I had cleaned a couple days before, so I really only have a couple things to go over. So um my landlord had to come, so I had to, like, I couldn't do my floor wash yesterday, so I had to do my baseboards, floor wash. I will speak about that, and I have to clean off a table, and I think that's it. All this doing laundry. We're almost done with laundry, but it's very important that we clean our house. And I'm gonna now. This is the part where it kind of goes into depth. See, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. So this is something called floor washes. I don't know if you guys ever seen them. This one is called Peaceful Home. I don't know if it's flipped backwards. And then this one is Fortune Horseshoe right here. And then, of course, the Florida Water. So what you want to do when you clean your floors, you want to make something called a floor wash, which holds every one of these that you want. I mean, you could use a certain number. I suggest you use an odd number. Usually odd numbers in spirituality is what we work with. So these three are fine for me. This is what I have. And that's just what I feel called to. So I'm going to wash my bathroom floor first, then in here, because you want to work back to front. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to end up pressure washing my porch, which you're not really supposed to do that in the new year, but like, whatever works for you. Like, stop saying that people have to. You know what I mean? Do what works for you, baby. And if tomorrow or the day after, it works for you, then do it. God knows your intention. God knows your heart. Okay. Don't let these people try and play you, period. Um, okay. So the next thing that we typically do is we cook black eyed peas, collard greens, or cabbage, or I mean, guess you could have collard greens or cabbage. And I include cornbread. I guess you don't have to, but I like it. I feel called to do the cornbread. So now I didn't soak my black eyed peas. I picked some up at Whole Foods. Okay, so here we go. Um, the black eyed peas right here. Um, the black eyed peas are representative of. I'm sorry, prosperity. Okay, I got to remember all this stuff. But the black eyed peas are representative of prosperity, and so while you're cooking your black eyed peas, you want to speak life into it, because you're speaking life into your year. This is your intention for your year. So as you're putting your bay leaves in, bay leaves are for protection, are for wishes. Okay, so I suggest you put an odd number of them in. Okay, if you have an edible pen, baby, write what you got to write on them. Okay, I'm giving you a real context clues right now. But write what you have to on the bay leaves. If you don't, just speak it as you're putting it in to the food. Speak over your bay leaves. I no longer hold on to resentments. I have a clean heart. My heart is pure. I follow God's direction. I go with the flow. I'm not hesitant. Like, whatever just speak it on yourself for the year. That's very important. And then for the greens here, or your cabbage, is representative of money. Okay. And money is weird in spirituality, to be honest. You don't really necessarily want to wish for money. You want to wish for God to, or like what you need the money for. You understand what I mean? So it's like, my bills are paid. Okay. My bills are always paid. My bills are always paid in full, you know? So while you're chopping the leaves, or you put, what I like to do is chop a bunch of the leaves, put them in a little at a time, and speak into the pot as I'm doing it. So right now the other ones are soaking, but um, you want to speak into the pot as you're doing that. That's going to help you, as well as you putting in your seasoning. Every time you put in the seasoning, you're speaking life into the pot. That's very important. When you're stirring it, you speak what you want your year to be like over the food. Okay. Same thing as you're doing your cornbread. For some reason, Spirit is just telling me right now, cornbread is representative of gold, and we are gold. Black people, melanated people, we're gold. You ever look in the sun? Like, melanin is our, we have carbon in our skin. We are made of stars. The things that stars are made of, we are made of. Therefore, we are gold. That's why melanin costs more than gold. So to me, Spirit's just saying this is gold. So I think it's just really representative of the Black people in general, but as well as our community. So speak life into the community, because as we heal the community heals us. Community helps us. You know, we are a community. We are each other. So that is super imperative. Okay. You want to make sure your clothes are washed. Okay. You want to make sure you don't stink. If you can do a spiritual bath, I highly recommend doing one into the new year. Spirit is calling for chamomile right now. So even if you have chamomile tea, if you don't have chamomile, it's okay. Just use a salt bath. Okay. Do it. Pick a herb. Look in your seasoning cabinet, and if something calls out to you, just put it in the bath. Okay. Odd number, whatever. You don't need to do anything crazy, but Spirit is calling and saying that for me, or maybe it's the ancestors calling. I highly suggest you make your ancestors a plate. Okay. For those of you guys who have ancestor altars, last year I did the same thing, and I gave my ancestors some, and baby, they were lit. They was popping up. I saw a bunch of shadows around there. It's funny because when they like something, they will let you know. Your ancestors will let you know. So that's something that I'd highly recommend that you guys make them a plate. It doesn't have to be a big extravagant plate, but like, if you're eating, generally, if you're eating something, they should be eating too. That's kind of the rule of thumb. But yeah, if you have an ancestor altar, cool. I mean, if a family member has an ancestor altar, you can ask that they bring your name up and say that was like your intention as well. So it's like, oh, blah, blah, blah's intention is to give you this plate along with me, blah, blah, blah. We want to feed you, because you're setting yourself up for your year once again. And I want to tell you guys that if you guys feel called to celebrate, if you feel called to pop some champagne, pop some pee, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to limit it, okay? If you want to like do whatever you feel called to, if you feel like you need to chill, relax, okay? I felt like I had to sleep. I slept for like 3 hours, and baby, this dream, baby, we're leveling up. That's all that I can say, okay? Sometimes you need that time. Sometimes you have to sit your ass down. So sit your ass down when you need to sit your ass down. Okay? So do what you feel called to do. If you don't have the black eyed peas or the collard greens, or you can't get them, it's okay. God knows your intention. Use what you can. If you have lettuce in your fridge, like a salad, use that for money. If you have a different set of beans, use that. Because that's what our ancestors used to do. They utilized what they had. Whatever they had available is what they used. That's the herbs they grabbed and things of that sort. So use what you have. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't overdo it. Okay. Steady pace. But yeah, that's it. You guys have a happy new year. I will come back on here and do a reading. I just feel called to. I want to start your guys' January readings, but I don't know. I feel called to come on here and give y'all a reading tonight. So guess y'all getting a reading tonight. I think so for the collective right now, it's necessary. We're kind of anxious going into this new year. So I completely understand. What I will say is it is going to be a year of change. Okay. So I don't want you guys to be like, oh, new year, 2020 is over. It's the worst year. If you're not going with the flow, if you're not working on your spirituality, if you're not working with God, your intuition, your ancestors, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, doing your shadow work, it's going to be an extremely hard year for you because it's going to be hard for you to adjust. That's why it's going to be hard for you to go with the flow. It's going to be hard for you to go with your intuition and things of that sort. So things may be working against you if that's the case. So just know this is truly the year of flow. And I don't know why fives are just my number. Like I F with five. Like I don't know. Fives are just been my thing for like a year for the most part. I've only been really spirituality for 2 years actually 2 years. Okay. Cause I started mine like beginning of 2019, my journey. Or was it before that? No, it was 2019. I started my journey, but what was I saying? Okay, fives. Yeah. So I study fives. I know a lot about fives. And truly, the art to making the five work is to being mutable, to go with the flow, to not try and control every little detail. If something doesn't work out, that's when you use your intuition, or that's when you know to step back and allow maybe your ancestors are trying to come in to help you and do something better. Maybe the angels are trying to come in to help you. Maybe it's God, So that's why I'm saying we need to have that connectedness within ourselves and our spiritual court. So then that way, this year is going to be a little easier. And I mean, I'll be honest, I need to work with my ancestors more, like a lot more. Okay. I just saw a angel number. It was 16161. And essentially that means you need to work with your spiritual court because they're trying to do stuff for you. Like you need to build a better relationship. So I'm definitely going to be working on that going into the new year because that's something that I want to strengthen and I want to work towards. But five, you can work with the energy. You got to look at Saturn. That's kind of very representative of what it's like. You have to work hard. Nothing is given to you for free. If you're working hard, you've been working hard towards the end of the year, that discipline December, if you took advantage of that, I did for majority of December. I'm not going to lie. I took advantage. I would say the last week to 2 weeks or week and a half on December, I kind of slacked off a little. If you guys hear me out of breath, it's the asthma. I've been losing weight. So it's not like, I don't know if y'all can tell. Y'all, maybe, I don't know. Y'all can't. Y'all, maybe now y'all might not be able to tell, but I've been losing weight. So it's not the weight. It's just the asthma. But think to Saturn. When it comes to Saturn, what do you have to do? You have to work hard for your blessings. But guess what? When you got those blessings, nobody can take them. Nothing can get taken away from you. The devil can't come in and do nothing. A demon can't do shit. It's your blessing and it's here to stay. That's what you want. Those are the blessings you want. You don't want the Jupiter blessings that just come up with expansion because after Jupiter's over, it just goes right away. We want blessings that last, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna get on here later. I'm gonna finish these. I want to shower, and then finish everything else. I do want to let you guys know I am selling vendors for $15 on Instagram. Y'all gonna have to go to my regular Instagram though. So Bex_21. It's in my story. So because it's time to level up. I did have to pay for all that stuff and work on that and do what I have to do. So that's the only reason why I'm charging. Usually I give stuff for free, but yeah, but I'll be back on here. I'm going to give you guys a reading. Okay. I don't know when. I'm not going to give you guys a specific time. Just turn on your post notifications. That's what, hit that bell. But I'm really getting called to do a reading. Just know it's nothing bad. We just have to work. We just got to put in the work. Okay. So don't be too anxious. I'm feeling the energy. Don't be anxious. We just have to put in the work. Okay. But I promise I'll be back. I love you guys. I'm going to continue doing my thing in the kitchen as I always do. Okay. I'll see you guys later.